Hi everyone, today I'm talking about the best 5 stocks on the stock market for beginners in 2019. Now I've got a few reasons why these are the best stocks and I'll talk about a few of the stocks individually, but if you want to get a bit more information on each stock, there's normally quite a long video talking about the stocks on my channel somewhere. All these 5 stocks I kind of like, so I've talked about them in some detail somewhere on my channel if you want a bit more information. But I'm going to look at the 5 best stocks in 2019 that I think are for beginners. Now, the most important thing about this video is that if you're a long-term stock market investor, this video is for you. If you're kind of looking towards day trading, then this video isn't for you. On this channel we look at long-term holds, so that's from a year to 5 years kind of view. And I believe that if you invest money into these stocks and hold them for a year to 5 years, you are going to get a good return on these stocks. So the reasons why I've chosen these stocks are on the right hand side of this board, which the first thing that when you start into the stock market, a really important thing that you need to know is the company itself. And a lot of these companies you will know of, so you don't have to go research that. They're all kind of well-known companies, and it's really helpful that you have kind of like a daily interaction with these companies, because you kind of get a good understanding when they're talking about their earnings, when they say this has happened to this product, and you're like, oh yeah, I use that product, I know what has happened there. So for example, if Microsoft are doing earnings and they say their Microsoft Word, their 365 has had an increase of sales of 20%, you know what that means. That's always really useful to know the ins and outs of your company. So when you're starting, it's good to start with companies that you know quite well. Obviously as well, it saves you that time researching companies, and obviously the big companies as well are very large market cap companies, and that basically means that they're less likely to have big massive swings in the stock market. So if good news comes out, you know, it means that your stock isn't going to go absolutely up massive, but at the same time, if bad news comes out, it means your stock's more than likely not going to go down a huge amount as well. So you don't have to deal with a big amount of money swings, and you kind of get a little bit nervous if it drops 10% and you go, oh, you know, crap, I didn't realise I'm going to lose all this money. You wouldn't lose that much money because the stock market swings wouldn't be that much because of you investing into large market cap companies. Reason number 3, most of these stocks do pay dividends, and when you start investing, it's a good thing to have invested in stocks that pay dividends and you get used to dividend investing. A lot more advanced kind of investors or younger investors will tend to go for a lot more growth companies. A lot more growth companies tend to not pay dividends because they're more focused on getting more revenue and increasing the company's revenue, whereas a lot of these large market cap companies don't have as much growth, and a lot of them tend to pay a lot of the profits out in dividends, which is a good thing as well. But like I say, I think Facebook is the only one on here that doesn't pay dividend. Visa does pay dividend, but it's not absolutely huge, whereas Microsoft, Apple and Disney do pay quite a healthy dividend that they can afford to keep up over the next few years. And obviously number 4, one of the big things is that you got to invest in companies that are going to be increasing their revenue. If you invest into companies that are going at the moment are going to be struggling to increase the revenue, more than likely the share price of that company is going to go down, and they're not going to be as valuable as when you invest in. So a lot of these companies right now are in a good place to have good revenue growth going forward. So I'm going to go a few reasons why I invest, why I pick these stocks for this video, and I'll tell you if I'm invested in these companies as well. So number 1, Microsoft, I am invested in. This is my largest position in the stock market. Microsoft basically offers you everything: a great growth company, a great brand, and they pay a good dividend that they can keep increasing. And of course, everyone always knows Microsoft because it's just something that you probably have to deal with in your everyday life. Facebook, obviously another well-known company, biggest platform in the social media side of it. Great revenue growth, great potential to carry on increasing that revenue over the next 5 years. They could eventually pay dividend at some point, but you know, it's a company that you can talk about, and it's also pretty cool to say, like, you've got shares in Facebook as well. Visa, it's really good to have a payment company in your stock market portfolio. Very safe companies, always give you a healthy return. Visa, PayPal, MasterCard, great companies to have in your portfolio. Easy money in my opinion, so always have a payment company in your portfolio. Apple is probably, Apple and Disney are like the least growth companies on here. Apple is certainly struggling a little bit with its growth and its iPhone slow down, but they are switching very well to a service company as well, and they have loads of other products as well. So Apple's kind of in a transition phase, but it's still in a good place. It has an amazing balance sheet. It could easily pay that dividend out and keep increasing it. And as far as I'm aware, we're still going to need iPhones going forward. 5G is a big potential with Apple. So it's still a very safe company to invest in. It just has a little bit less revenue growth than some of these. Disney, it's going to be a fantastic year for Disney. It has, obviously a great brand. It's had massive movie launches this year. The Disney parks are just going up crazy, bringing more and more revenue in. It's got its movie platform coming out later this year, which is kind of interesting. Healthy EPS, healthy revenue growth. So yeah, Disney is a fantastic company as well to invest in as one of your first companies, and I'm sure you know what Disney is as well. So those are the 5 companies I reckon are the best beginner stocks of 2019. There's plenty more I could put on this list, but I feel like if you invest into all of them and you held them for a year to 5 year, you're going to have definitely a good return on most of these stocks, and it's quite a healthy, diverse portfolio right there as well to start with. But like I say, always do your own research into the stock market and the companies itself. Don't just take my word for it, but I am trying to help more people get into the stock market and make money, because obviously that's the aim of why we all invest into the stock market. And that's the video for today, guys, so thank you for watching. Hopefully it helped you. Subscribe if you haven't, and thank you for all the new subscribers. We're near 240 subscribers, and well, we just passed it, so that's absolutely amazing. So thank you for all that support, and I'll see you on the next video.